Alrighty, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode or live stream, whatever you want to call it, of Let's Build Twitter. So as I mentioned in my New Year's video, we are going to be turning this into a live streaming series. So I'm going to be live streaming each and every episode, kind of like the Handmade Hero that Molly Rocket did. We're going to be editing it down, hopefully to not too long of episodes. We'll see how long the episodes are, but we're going to be editing the episodes down and then uploading them as well. So the goal is to live stream here for the next couple weeks, get about 1 month worth of backlog just to be safe, because, you know, family comes over, I miss time, I get sick, whatnot. So that's the goal. I have a few episodes ready already. We're going to continue working on more episodes and moving on from there. So and the reason that I'm doing this is that way I can go ahead and focus on more educational type videos. As you guys saw, I did upload a new video, a Merns Tech tutorial. I want to do some more Java tutorials. I have a couple planned I need to kind of work on, so I can use that time to work on that. And also the other reasons I wasn't around was because I was getting my new PC set up. Well, not new PC setup. I put a SSD in this, got rid of all my hard drives. So it should be faster, should be better. I'm going to keep upgrading it as we go. So yeah, I think with that being said, I think that's everything I wanted to go over. Today we're going to be continue working on the emojis. So in between the last time I live streamed and now, I went through and I actually made a whole list of emojis that Twitter uses exactly. So that's what we're going to use. So that means we have some refactoring to do. I also noticed that whenever you scroll down to the bottom of this, let's scroll. These aren't working, so obviously we need to fix that up. We need to tweak this a little bit, and this guy can be a little bit bigger. This doesn't look like it's even lined up properly. Maybe it is. So there's some stuff we can work on, but we're going to do some refactoring, some working. So let's hop straight into our VS Code. So hopefully everyone can see and everything. I can maybe make this a little bit bigger if it needs to be a little bit bigger. I currently have it set to 18. So I think the first thing I want to go ahead and do is let's go ahead and take a look at what the new JSON file looks like. So if I come into our assets and click on all emojis, so this is a file. So now it has name, category, the emoji, the image of it, and then if there are any modifiers. Now obviously the grinning faces and stuff like that, they don't have modifiers. But if we scroll down a little bit, let's see if we can scroll down to one that does have a modifier. It's going to be when we get to the actual people. So heart hands, this one does have modifiers. So we have all the images of the different modifiers inside the image array. So this is very massive. It is what it is. Then you also see we have all the different colors of our modifiers. So we can go ahead and use that. So now we got to kind of think about how we want to deal with this. It's probably going to break a whole bunch of stuff. So now I'm trying to think about what we want to do. We definitely want to go through and like generate smileys and people. The only issue is we also need the modifier. And then we also need to check to see if there is a modifier. That's another thing, because some might have modifiers in smileys and people, others might not. So I think maybe the first thing we go ahead and do is we could probably rewrite all of these. But now let's go ahead and make the interface, instead of just emoji and name, let's go ahead and bring in everything. So let's scroll back to the top of this. And I'm just kind of going off the top of my head here. So we'll have the emoji as well. So this will be a string. So actually we already have emoji. We have name. So what else do we have? So we have name. We need category. So let's grab category. So it'll be first is name. Then we have our category. So category, which is a string, and then we have our emoji, which is a string, and then what else do we have? So we have images, which is a string array. So we have images, which is a string array. So this could have one or many. And then finally we have modifiers, which is also a string array. So modifiers, string array. Cool. So now what we can do is let's go ahead and grab the emojis. So let's get rid of these. And again, it's going to break a lot of stuff. Let's go ahead and import. And how is that imported? Let's double check. So just import data. So I'm just going to import emojis from /assets/allemojis.json, and then we'll go ahead and say, we'll say, how do I want to do this? We'll say const emojis, I guess this is a little bit confusing, is equal to emojis dot emojis. So at the end, I think that the issue here is that this is so massive that it can't really parse it. So there's nothing we can really do. And we can also say that this is an emoji data, and it's probably going to complain even more. Actually, it's an emoji data array is what it is. And it's just complaining because it's so massive it doesn't understand, because this has like 2,000 or something like that emojis in it. So that's the issue there. So now the thing is, we'll probably want to go ahead and pass a modifier to this. And I don't remember how the modifiers work, so we go into our emoji drop down. So it looks like category, and then let's see here, skin tone selector is, let's see, I'm trying to see, set current skin tone is going to be a string with either none or something else. So what I'm thinking, maybe we do an empty string here instead of none. I want to see where we actually select the current skin tone. So let's scroll, set current skin tone to e.current.target.id or e.currentTarget.id. And I'm guessing that this is going to be at the bottom. So we have this, we have determine skin tone for the background, and then so we have this drop down wrapper. Then we have none, light, medium, medium, dark, and dark. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, I think I am gonna go ahead and just do an empty, and I don't know if this is gonna work here, but I'm also gonna go up here and change this to empty as well and save that. And let's just see if this broke everything. So we go into footer. It did break. Oh yeah, everything's broken, so we can't look at it anyway, so never mind. So now what we're going to do is inside of this one, we'll also have a string. We'll say modifier string. And so basically the modifier will be those different skin tone colors. So if we come back down here again, I know we're kind of all over the place. And these are all broken, but we have light, medium, dark, and dark. So this would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe we say, so I already have the emoji util here for the determine skin tone color. Maybe we also say const convert skin or modifier to index, maybe. And then this will also take in a modifier of a string, and this will return a number, right? And then here we'll just have a switch case like we have above with modifier. And this is, I guess it is what it is. And I think I spelled modifier wrong, so let's go ahead and fix that. Modifier. And then, so our default will just return 0. So actually, I'm just going to copy this case right here. So let's copy all these cases. And instead, this will be return 1. So return 1. This will return 2. This will return 3. This will return 4. This will return 5. And then this one will return 0. So if it's an empty string, we'll return 0, right? And I don't think, well, I'll go and export it just to be safe. I don't think I need to, but you never know. So now what we're going to do is we'll come back to smileys and people. So right now this is returning emoji data, and I think that's what we want to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and comment this out because I think there's still some value in having this. So I'm just going to comment this, and let's go ahead and say const smileys and people again. And yep, that's what it's called. I just wanted to make sure, and this will be emoji data array is equal to emojis.filter. In here, I guess technically speaking, we don't really need the modifier, do we? Well, yes, we do, because we want specific ones. Okay, so we'll say filter. Well, yeah, I think so. I think I do want to do it this way because I think this one literally just, I don't think this one actually changes based off of, I don't think it does any changes here based off the modifier. So I do think we want to pass the modifier. So we will say filter, and we'll filter the emoji, and we'll do this. So what we want to go ahead and do is we do want to go ahead and say, we'll go ahead and say, how do we want to do this? Let smileys, or let emojis maybe. I don't want to, I'm trying to make this as descriptive as possible. Let filtered equal to, and this will be an empty array, and this will also be an emoji data. So I'm going to go ahead and basically more or less get the ones that we want. So we'll say filtered, and we'll say if the, although this doesn't help really, what we're gonna actually want to do is we just want to go ahead and use this the way we want. So we can do it even simpler. Actually, we can just do this. We can get rid of this. We can say emoji, and then dot category is equal to, let me look what the category looks like. I'm pretty sure it's just smileys and people. So if the if that is the case, we'll go ahead and return that. But we're still gonna dot map this basically. Give me one moment. I'm still getting over a sickness, so forgive me. So now we actually need to, and maybe I should change this. So I don't think we need all the modifiers. I think we just need a single image, and then we need just the emoji probably. So let's go ahead and change this. So this is just going to be emojis, and then the emoji data will just be image. We'll get the specific image for the current emoji, and then we won't have to worry about modifier because we won't have to worry about modifier because we already have it in there. So what is this problem? Emoji has any type, so this will be a, I guess it has to be any, right? Unfortunately, it doesn't like that. So we're gonna have to go ahead and say, let's say interface emoji. So we'll have our specific emoji, and this will have name, string, it'll have the category, so it'll be slightly different. String, it'll have emoji, string, it'll have the images with multiple images, string array, and then it'll also have the modifiers, which is a string array. All right, so now this will be an emoji. And what is your problem? Emojis.filter. Error, did you mean emojis? So this should be emoji. No, never mind, that's right. Is equal to emojis.filter by type emoji. I'm trying to figure out what this guy's problem is here. This is legal. That's fine. emojis.filter emoji. We shouldn't have to wrap this in anything. Yeah, it's just being annoying. And if I say it's of type emoji, oh, you know what? Maybe I say emoji array, and then I'll say this is a emoji. Is that gonna fix it? No, that made it worse. Terrific. Why is this being like this? Const emojis is an emoji array. Emoji is not assignable to emoji data. But we're not returning. Oh, it's because we're not mapping it. That's fine. Okay. It's fine. It's because we need to map this. So now we'll go ahead and map. And we'll go ahead and map emoji of type emoji. And this one, we actually need to do this because we are going to have some extra data. And okay. So this, I don't know why this is still a problem. I guess we'll circle back to it. But we're going to go ahead and filter out the emojis. And then now we should still have a list of emojis. And what we're going to go ahead and do is we'll say let index of modifier equal to, and we're going to go ahead and grab our whatever we called this, and then we'll debug whatever the issue is, convert modifier to index. So we'll go ahead and do this, convert modifier to index, and we'll pass in the modifier, and modifier string. Did I spell something wrong? I did. Okay, so now we'll say if index of, actually, yeah, so if index of modifier is greater than 0, then let's go ahead and do, let's make a new emoji. So let emoji data equal to an object, and this will be an emoji data object, and we can already put in the name. So name will be emoji.name, category will be emoji.category, and why is this still images? This should be image. I don't know what's going on. This is really jank right now, and there's going to be a bunch of issues, so I'm just going to work through them as we go. And we also need, so emoji and image will come next. So for now, we're just going to have image, which is empty, and then emoji will be empty as well, so like that. So now if our index modifier is greater than 0, and actually image will always have at least 1, so image can, we can grab this really quick like that. So now image can be emoji.images of index of modifier. And then the last thing we need to do is if the index modifier is greater than 0. So now we need to check to, well, yeah, we need to check to make sure that there's actually more than 1. So, and we're going to say that the emoji dot images dot length is greater than 1. So as long as we have more than 1 in there, then we'll go ahead and say emoji data, emoji data, and we'll say dot image. We'll go ahead, not image, it'll be emoji will equal to, and we want this, well, let's actually do it this way. Let's actually do it this way. So we'll say emoji data equal to emoji data, comma, and then we'll say emoji colon, and then this will be emoji dot modifiers of index of modifier. Otherwise, either it's going to be 0, so the index of modifier is equal to 0, or there's only one, and this should be emoji dot modifiers length is greater than 1, and it might actually be greater than 0, but I don't think it's going to break anything. Otherwise, we'll just say emoji data is equal to ... emoji data, and then emoji will just be equal to emoji dot emoji. So we'll just get that default one because there's no modifiers there. And then after all that, we'll go ahead and return emoji data, and that should fix the return issue. So now I still do not understand emojis.filter. This should be illegal because it's an inline. Like, we shouldn't have to do this. Okay, apparently we do have to do that. So basically we're gonna filter the emojis and people ones, and then at the end of this we'll return smileys and people. So now what I'm thinking we do is we go ahead and just comment these out as well, and we're gonna have to make some sweeping changes across a lot of these. I guess generate top row is also broken, so we'll need to deal with that as well. That's no bueno. So let's just see if we can get this first section working and then kind of go from there. Okay, so let's go back to our emoji drop down, and right now literally all these are broken. So smileys and people, we can actually go ahead and put in our let's get rid of the top row for now, just for sanity's sake. I forget what this is called, so let's go ahead and scroll up. This is called the current skin tone. So let's go ahead and grab this current skin tone, because that'll be the modifier, and that's good to go. And then all of these are now broken because we commented them out. So let's just get rid of these, and we will add them back as we refactor basically. So it syncs, so we have to do this, but the data that we were working with the arrays was not good. I could have went the Twitter route. Twitter uses like a I don't know what it's called. It's like a sprite sheet, I guess, which is kind of strange. But the thing about Twitter is that they renamed a bunch of them, and yeah, it's no fun. And then these ones are fine, I believe. So now what's the error in here? So these, that's fine. We'll just go ahead and do the same thing. We'll go ahead and get rid of all the ones that are broken. So just do this, and then we'll do this. So again, not the prettiest thing in the world, but we'll fix them, and as we go, we'll get it all working. Okay, and where's the error at now? Okay, I don't think there's any errors. Oh, determined skin tone is still broken. I think we just need to uncomment that, because I don't think that we actually broke that one, so we can get rid of that. Cool. And now it's working again. Well, we'll see how well it's actually working. So fingers crossed, I don't have to do too much debugging. Refresh. Okay, so we need to actually use the images and not the whatever it's called. But these are looking pretty good so far. So if we change the skin tone, so it did change it, but it doesn't look like it updated. It looks like maybe it's needs refreshed or something. Let's check something. So let's come back in here. So we changed this to medium maybe, and make medium the default. Let's see what happens. So let's refresh it, and as you can also see, yeah, so I think we need a use effect or something, because this works as we expect. Yeah, cool. So now the only thing is, and I'm pretty sure these are all correct, Twitter doesn't have colors for those, but the thing is, these do not look like Twitter, obviously, and that's because this isn't using the images that we want to be using. If we go to light, it's going to probably break. Oh, light worked. Our yellow is gone for some reason. Is it just this one? Maybe it has to do, that one looks yellow, so this one is scuffed. Let's see, medium works. That one looks dark, so I think our selection is broken, is what it actually is going on. Interesting. And I wonder if it has to do with this guy, or 1 0 1 2 3 4 5. Oh, you know what? I know what the issue is. So let's come back up here. We're gonna say -1 here, because there's only 5 indexes in it and we're going up to 5, so we're basically going out of bounds. I don't know why our yellow is going away, so we do need to look into why that's happening. So if we go light, looks good. So that goes back to yellow for some reason. So we need to figure out what's going on with the selection. That looks right. That looks right. Yeah, so for some reason we can't select the middle one. But as you guys can see, this part's somewhat working. We need to look into what's going on with the selection. And let me look at what Twitter looks like. Yeah, so Twitter always has the yellow as well. So we need to fix the selection. So maybe I don't want to get too sidetracked, because I do want to go ahead and get all of these back in here and working. And as you can see, these ones are kind of scuffed. So let's, I guess, work on this. So I want to get the correct emojis actually working. So right now, all we're doing is we're going through, we're making a div with the label, and it has the emoji inside of it. What we want to do instead is we want, I think, a style with a background image, and I think that's what we want to do. I don't know what this emoji drop down looks like. Let's just take a look at this. So emoji drop down emoji. So I'm guessing this has a size on it, or at least I'm hoping it has a size on it. 35 by 35, and it's centering stuff. So we'll update this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to say style equal to, and then we need a background image. And I forget how this works. I think you have to do something like this, and you say like URL, and then you do this, and then you say we can say like $ curly brace. One moment. And then we can say emoji dot image. I don't know if this is gonna work. We might have to do a little bit of research on this, but let's just see. Okay, so obviously they're too big, and if we change, so that the colors change, that one's still scuffed for some reason. Yeah, so obviously these are way too big. So now we need to look into CSS, make background image fit. So let's see. So it's going to be cover, no repeat, and center center. So let's come back in here and we can go back to our CSS and we can get rid of these guys. So now we're gonna have is background size, and we're gonna do cover. We're gonna have background repeat, no repeat, and we're gonna have background position, center, and center. And theoretically this should fix this. Some of the images are just big, or it's gonna break everything. Interesting. Okay, so that is too big, and I'm wondering if the modifiers broke it. Yes. Okay, so we need to look at why that is. So these are a little bit big, obviously. If I look at Twitter, these need to be way smaller. So I think the background is fine. We need to make the actual image smaller. I don't know if we can make the background image a certain size. Let's see, CSS background image size. Can we set the sizing of this? Background image. That's just the width and height. Background size 150 pixels. But is that square? I'm wondering. Because I'm thinking we go... Because you can see how it has kind of like the hover effect. And there's some stuff we need to debug here, and we'll fix that. So let's come back in here, I guess, and let's try background size, I guess. And let's try like 20. Background size of 20 px. And let's just see what this looks like. And that didn't do anything. Feels the same to me anyway. Like it should be quite a bit smaller. Definitely change background size to 20. Change it to 15. We might need to... Okay, it's not changing anything. So the next option is unfortunately doing this. So we might have to change this so we can keep the ARIA label, the ID, the class name. So the class name, we might change the background, and we undo what we did here. So let's undo this. We keep the flex, and then we make this background like so, and then we say dot emoji drop down emoji, right? And then height can be 20 px, width can be 20 px, and we can do the same things we did before. Also, we'll have cursor default, I guess, so I think that's what Twitter uses, default. And we'll do the same thing where it's let me go back, I forgot what it was called already. We want background size cover. Oh, you know what, we had two background sizes in there, huh? Let's go back, let's undo this again. Unfortunately, I just realized I had two background sizes in there and I'm dumb. So it's probably, that's probably why it wasn't working. So let's try this again. So background size, we'll do like 20 px, and then background repeat, we'll say no repeat, and we'll say background position will be center center. And if this doesn't work, then I'll change it again and then change this back to just emoji. I'm guessing that's probably what it was. Yeah, there we go. And you know, that might not be bad. I think Twitter's might be... I think the outer box is slightly smaller on Twitter's, but I almost think that that can pass. We might go like, this is Let's say what 25 looks like. I think 25 is probably going to be a little bit big, because there's supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 across. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 across. So I think we need to make this like 30 and this like 20, and maybe we can get 9 across there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, I'm guessing this is about what Twitter uses. And these should be the exact ones that Twitter has. Now, some of these look scuffed. I could probably go through and fix some of these to make them look a little bit better. Like these ones I got from the Twitter thing, and then some of these I got from a website. So some of them may not look the best. And then what does Twitter do at the bottom? So Twitter, so we need to change this. Instead of center, this needs to be flex start, I guess. So let's also fix that. And I don't know what this would be under. We have a drop down search, focus, placeholder, categories, wrapper, category. I'm not sure what this would be under. There's a selector, title. It might be this wrapper. And justify contents, flex start. Let's see if that changes it. I have no idea. That did not change it, so it's definitely not that. Let's try this one, flex start maybe. So flex start in this one. I guess I probably should have looked at the code. There we go. It looks a little bit weird because I think it made a little bit of space on the right, but I think it's fine. This is basically what Twitter does. But yeah, and we could probably make the emojis just slightly bigger, but I'm just splitting hairs at this point. I'm not that concerned about it being perfect. Cool. So there's that. Now, obviously we have an issue with selecting. So both with this kills everything. So let's go back in here. So something's not working with this guy. So I don't know if our image isn't getting set. So image index of modifier. There should always be, oh, you know what? Okay, that makes sense. So we're gonna do the same thing here, I guess. Let's copy this. And I should have done this from the start, I guess. Let's do this. And let's see if this fixes it. And this one will also be, does this one need to be -1? I don't think this one needs to be -1 because there's going to be that many. And we'll do the same thing there. And this will actually be 0. Yeah, and then this we'll do like this. Okay, maybe that'll fix it. So let's go and take a peek. So as you see, we have our light skin, medium skin, breaks. If we do medium, medium dark, and then dark. Cool. So our modifiers are working as expected. Let me think. So yeah, let's fix up this modifier down here. I'm not sure what's going on with it. So let's just go ahead and take a peek at that. And then we can go ahead and start getting all these other emojis in. And then we'll see how much time we have left after that. So we have our wrapper. We have the ID for the yellow. Select skin tone. Light, medium, medium dark. And then select skin tone is e.current target. And then set skin tone activator to false. So I'm confused why we're literally missing one. Is it because the ID is nothing? We put the ID back. What happens? Like, is that really the issue? So the ID can't be nothing. So I guess the only thing this really affects is this guy. So we can just come back in here, right? And I don't think that affects anything actually. And does that fix all of our issues? So yellow, light, looks fine. Okay, so the middle one is not working. So this one is not working whatsoever. So the medium light, whenever you click on it, doesn't do anything whatsoever. So let's debug that. Medium light has an on click, select skin tone, medium dash light. Okay, and if we scroll up again, it's just getting the e.target current target.id. And let's console.log real quick, I guess. Console.log e.current target.id. Let's just make sure we're actually getting medium dark here. Okay, let's inspect. So we click on this console. Yeah, okay, whatever. So we're getting medium. We are getting medium light. So we are getting that. So that should be working. So whenever we set the skin tone, so that means that medium light has to be, that's why. So this one says light medium. It should be medium light. And save that. Okay, so that's just a typo. So now if we click on medium light, still doesn't do the skin tone properly for some reason. Is this the same color as yellow? Like, did I mess up and just paste yellow twice? 243. Nope. Okay, 243, 210, 162 is definitely not the yellow. Medium light, this should be or passing. So this one's an interesting bug. I'm not sure what's going on with this. ID medium light, whenever you click on it, you do that. Emoji skin tone option. Huh, interesting. Select skin, determine skin tone with the current skin tone. Set skin tone activated true, that should be fine. So yeah, whenever we click on this one, it has the ID, it's getting the correct value, but it's setting it to yellow for some reason. And this saved, I think. I'm pretty sure it saved. Let's see. So if we click on this, well, now I don't know if we're getting medium light anymore. We get light, that works fine. Medium light is broken. We go medium, it works fine. We go medium dark, it works fine. We go. So for some reason, that medium light is not working. Case, it's returning, so it's not like running through or anything. Because that's something that you could be concerned about, I guess. Because I don't think it's even setting. No, it is setting this, I guess, right? So if we click on, oh, you know what? Medium light here, right? Medium light. Let's try that. Okay, there we go. So we have our yellow, we have our light, we have our medium light, we have our medium, medium dark, and dark. Now, something that all of these have is a hover effect whenever you do this. So that's something that we want to deal with. Also, these are broken now, but these also say the name beside it. I think that we want this to be slightly bigger. It's also not centered, so that's kind of annoying. We want this to be slightly bigger. But I think for now, let's go ahead and just get all of the emojis displaying, and then we can deal with some of the other stuff That's a little bit kind of just for looks. Cool. So that's good to go now. So now we can go ahead and get rid of this. And we can go ahead and generate animals in nature. So let's do this. So it's going to be very similar again. Let's just go ahead and do this. And this one, technically, I'm pretty sure this one doesn't have any modifiers, but again, I don't remember which ones have modifiers and which ones don't. So I'm just going to pass modifier to all of these, and then we're also going to return emoji data from all of these. So I'll fix that. Okay, and again, we'll say const, and then this will be animals and nature. So again, this is going to be overkill for this, but it is what is equal to emojis.filter and emoji of type emoji. Oops. And we're going to filter where the emoji dot category is equal to animals and nature. It should be just like that. It should be exactly how Twitter has it. So that's how Twitter spells it. Again, this is going to complain because we want this to be emoji data array. And then so let's go ahead and map these. So map, oops, if I could type dot map, and then map each emoji. And we'll do this. So now once again, we'll say let index of modifier equal to convert modifier to index modifier. And then we're going to do basically the same exact thing. And this is probably not the best way to do this. We probably could have we probably could have just made one single function that generates each category and takes in a modifier and the category, right? So what if we, instead of saying generate smileys and people, I'm gonna go ahead and comment this out again. We could probably make this a lot easier. Get rid of this. If we say export const generate emoji category, right? And this will take in equal to, this will take in the category, which is a string, and then this will take in a modifier. Modifier. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be spelled like that. Modifier, which is also a string, and then return emoji data array. And we could literally just copy and paste this data. So we'll say const category maybe, or category emojis, which is an emoji data array is equal to, and we can literally just filter emojis and then copy this, paste that, and now instead of this can be equal to category, and then we still have our modifier. So copy this will do the same exact thing. We return the emoji data, return the category emojis, and I think we can literally just use this. Now I don't know if it's gonna work, but let's see. So let's save this. This is gonna break a bunch of stuff again. So we can keep the determined skin tone, but now all we need to pass is generate emoji category. We can take this and copy it into here. So now we'll generate, instead of smileys and people, so now we'll say that the category is smileys and people, like that. And then we have this current skin tone. and save, and theoretically this should do the same exact thing. Let's just take a peek. And then if we come in here, light, come in here, medium light, come in here, medium, come in here, medium dark. Yeah, so that's gonna make our lives a lot easier. So I think I like that idea. Let's go ahead and clean up this code in here. So let's go ahead and get rid of all this. We spent all that time working on this, and we're just gonna get rid of it. Although we do not want to get rid of we don't want to get rid of generate flags. We want to keep generate flags. So I'm not going to get rid of that. Or not generate flags, top row. We're not going to get rid of generate top row because we still need that, and we can deal with fixing that up later. And that'll probably actually be like the first thing that we fix up next, just to get all of it working again. Just to make sure top row is working. But now this should be pretty simple to fix. So now we can generate emoji category here. We can now we can do animals and nature. So animals and nature, and then we'll once again just do current skin tone. There's no skin tones in the animals and nature. It is what it is. What is your problem? Left hand side, dot map emoji. Oh, whoops, that's fine. And now instead of emoji we should have a style. And now basically we have the same exact, so we probably should make this emoji its own thing, because it's the same, it's gonna be the same thing copied over and over again. So it's not the greatest thing in the world. Did I get too much, or did I not get enough? Let's see. There we go. So now all these are basically gonna be the same. So we could probably make a component that takes in just these two things, and then just spits this out, I guess. I don't know, or at least do the div part. I don't know, we'll see. But let's take a peek and see if this worked. So smileys and people, and then animals and nature. Looks good. Let's just check the bottom. Yep, that's what it looks like. Excuse me, sorry for the coughs. Cool. Now we can do our food and drink, and now at this point we can basically just copy and paste these. So that's why I said this is kind of probably code we can get rid of. So food and drink. This one also probably doesn't have a modifier, but it is what it is. Activities does, if I remember. So this one would be activities. Activities. Okay. Next one is travel and places. So let's see here. Travel and places, and I might spell one of these wrong and it might not work, so I'll have to go back and fix it. Next is objects, so we'll do that one. And it took me forever to do the emojis. That was one of the other reasons that I didn't live stream for a while. After objects is symbols, especially like symbols. They renamed a bunch of these for some reason. I don't know why. Symbols, and then finally we have our flags, and flags weren't named the same either, so that was also a pain. But flags wasn't too bad. I got to get a lot of it programmatically. Cool. So let's go ahead and see if we got this working. So we got our smileys and people, our animals and nature look pretty good. Food and drink looks pretty good. Okay, activity is broken, so I'm guessing it's not activities. It's probably just it's probably not an S. It's probably just activity with the Y. So let's try that. activity. And again, these have modifiers. Let's go back to yellow. Travel in places looks good. Objects look good. Symbols. These ones were a pain because I didn't know the names of any of these, so that was fun. I think these look good. I don't know what these look like exactly, but I think those are all good. And then flags. Let's just scroll to the bottom of flags. Whoops. Scroll too fast. Let me scroll to the bottom of flags. Yeah, so I think those are all good. Now, I do want to fix our, this part. Whenever we point at these, we want to be able to view whichever one it is with the correct color. So let's go ahead and come back and deal with that. And also we want to make it slightly bigger, but I'm guessing that the issue is we have this massive area right here selected, but it's only in that small little section. So that should also fix it whenever we make this bigger. So I forgot how we even did this, so that's not good. So I know that we have the get current emoji, and then it gets it gets the inner text instead of the image. Interesting. Do these have IDs? They do have IDs. We might need a lookup table. We might just need to look up. Can we export const this? Export const emojis. I'm a little bit concerned about how slow this is going to be. How do we want to do this? We almost need a map. Or how do we want to do this? We almost need to store all of these inside of a list or something, because we can't use the emoji. We're gonna want to use emoji.image, right? And I don't, we have the label, but I don't think we can store any other information in here. Like, we have ARIA stuff, but none of these, there's details, hidden, invalid, like none of that's gonna help us. We could get the style dot background image, maybe. Could we do that? Element.id. Let's see here. That's console.log element dot style. Let's see if we can get the style. I don't know if we can, but we'll see. And then let's go ahead and throw this. I'm guessing that there's an on click on each one of these divs, maybe, or no, it's on mouse over on the drop down selector for. I wonder why that wasn't working for the other ones then, because it's on all of them. Does this now have an ID on it? I never put an ID on these. And I messed up and didn't put an ID in any of these, so that's cool. But anyway, let's console.log the style. Ooh, that's good. Let's refresh. I don't know if So you can see the background image, but you can't actually see the value. Oh yeah, background image, you got the URL there. The issue is the URL part. We'd have to split that out, right? Or no, we wouldn't have to, because we want the URL. Okay. Now if we, what if we do this? So, element.style.background image. Let's see if we can get that background image property. And let's clear this. Actually, we'll refresh as well. Okay. I see ya. So now what we can do is do this instead. Copy this, paste that, and we need this emojis. I don't know what that emoji is called, but we can probably command find and look for like wave. Maybe it's not called wave. Looks like a wave. Something to do with the hand. Let's look up hand. It's only 71 of these, so probably be able to find it. Raising hands. See, like they name them weird things, so who knows what it's called. I call that like a wave. Waving hand, that's why. So we're gonna grab the waving hand. This one, this is ugly, but it is what it is. And we're gonna throw it in here. So now we're gonna do this. Oof, that's a big oof. And in our current emoji, where is the current emoji? Here's our current emoji. So instead of doing this, we're gonna have style equal to, and we're gonna have background image. Nope, whoops, background image is backticks, $, curly brace, current emoji. And this is gonna be massive, I'm guessing. Hey, you can't see it because it's too big. So, oh, I'm gonna do this URL just for the start, just to be safe. And I'm pretty sure reset, and then we might need to do it up here too. Yeah, okay. Copy this guy. Whoops. Uh-oh. It's too long. Okay. Let's gonna pretend like this monstrosity isn't here. We need the URL part, otherwise it won't work. But the other ones should have the URL part, so whenever you hover over it, it should be fine. Now I'm guessing it's probably too big at this point. So let's, yeah, because that's the URL and everything. So let's go ahead and, so what did we call this guy? We called it emoji, emoji drop down, current emoji. So let's see here, emoji drop down, current emoji. So we have font size, height, width, fit content. So I don't know how big that guy is. Let's go ahead and say height is 35 pixels and width is 35 pixels. And then we'll go ahead and do the same thing we did before, where it's background. So background size, we want fill, I think. Or what options do we have? Auto, contain, cover. Thought fill is an option, but maybe it's not. Calc unset. So I guess we'll just say cover, and we'll say background repeat. So background repeat, no repeat, and then background position, center. That looks pretty good, I think. Maybe slightly smaller, maybe 30 by 30, just to play it safe, make it a slightly smaller. But yeah, there we go. Now obviously when we get down to this part, and I think, oh no, that's probably fine. Now this part is scuffed because there's no ID on there because I screwed up. So I need to fix that. What else was I gonna say? There was something else that I just saw, but I don't remember. Oh, I want to get rid of the print statement really quick. So let's get rid of this console.log. And unfortunately, we're going to copy and paste these again. So now, instead of smiles and people, this is animals and nature. And we'll copy and paste again. That we actually have IDs and everything. So now this is food and drink. So food and drink. Copy and paste again for this one. So this one will be activity. I think I like the changes we made tonight so far. After activity is travel and places. Copy travel and places. After travel and places, we got objects. So copy objects. Oops. After objects. Oops, we don't want all of that. We just want this guy. After objects, we have symbols. And then after symbols, we have flags. Cool. Cool, good progress so far. Except I have a compilation error. What did I break? Where's it at? Which one did I screw up? That one's fine. That one's fine. That one's fine. That one's fine. That one looks fine. That one looks fine. They all look fine. Token div. I copied something incorrectly, but I don't see it. Div. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Unexpected token. Emoji JXX div with no corresponding close. So I screwed up a div somewhere, so that's concerning. But where at, I don't know. That fixed it. I don't know where that div is at. I must have copy pasted over on accident over something that I wasn't supposed to. Animals in nature is scuffed, so that's not good. And none of these are working now. So it must be somewhere in animals in nature. So let's check animals in nature. Let's see here. Food and drink. Animals in nature. Emoji wrapper. Animals in nature. Div. Let's see. And the hover's not working, even though I do have IDs on there. Interesting. And let's see here. So now we'll say animals in nature, see if we can fix this. Save that. Activity. Animals in nature is still scuffed. Emoji wrapper. I have 2 emoji wrappers for some reason. Okay. And now I got an extra div at the bottom. Okay, so I accidentally copied a div twice. There we go. So now the other thing, well actually, let's do this. I think that we need to make these maybe just a little bit bigger. They also need hover effects, which we have the colors and everything. So the hover effects shouldn't be bad. I think we'll just do, I don't know if we'll do a border or what we'll do. But first off, I want to make these slightly bigger. So I don't know what these are called. I guess it's just skin tone option. So let's find our skin tone option in here. Selector, selected option. So I'm gonna go like 22 by 22. I think it needs to be slightly bigger. I think that might be good. And then obviously I want to make the actual selected bigger as well. So selected 22 by 22. This might be slightly big, but I think this looks slightly better as well. I like that better. Click on this. And now they should have hovers on them. And the reason why, oh wait, I do have a hover with a border of this. Okay, so I do have hovers on these. And I'm guessing even with 2 pixels, nothing pops up. Let's see. Yeah, so you can't see the hover. So I do have a hover set up on these. They just aren't showing up for some reason. Is it because border shouldn't be border none? That shouldn't be the issue. Let's see. I don't even think I'm using this, am I? I guess it's ID, so yes, I am using it. Light. Light, colon, hover, border, solid. If I put a border on this one, border, black, 2px, solid. Can we see it? Let's just put a border on that. Yeah, so it's on like the inside instead of the outside for some reason. CSS border on outside instead of inside. See, it's acting like a box shadow. Because whenever you hover, if I copy this, I don't really want to get rid of this. I forget how to, is that pound sign? There we go. I don't want to get rid of this, but let's try this. If I hover with this border, yeah, it's viewable. I really don't want to have to do this. What I'm thinking I might have to do, and let's see what the spacing looks like. I think what we might have to do is wrap this inside of another div and call it like light wrapper, none wrapper, yada yada yada, unfortunately. And then do it that way. I don't like this. Emoji. Actually, I'm just gonna say no modifier wrapper. So I don't love the idea of this, but this is what we might have to do. So now we come in here and we'll do this. Dot no modifier wrapper. I don't know if we have a none. We do. So copy this. So what we'll do is width will be like 24 px, height like 24 px. It's going to be really ugly. Display flex, justify content, center, align items in the center, and background color will be this, except we'll copy this. Then we'll have to do this, copy, hover, and then whoops, copy this, and then background color of that RGBA, which I don't even know if that's the right color, but we need border radius 100%. It's almost not big enough. It almost needs to be 25, because this makes it quite a bit bigger. Either that or yeah, it needs to be quite a bit bigger, I think. And I might need to do like a shade of this color that's just a shade lighter instead, but with yellow it's really hard to do a shade lighter, so that'll be interesting. So like, that still looks small to me. It doesn't look centered either, which is weird. Maybe it is and I'm just going crazy. Let's do background color black really quick. So I don't even know if I'm going to be using. I want to see if this is centered. It's definitely not centered. Something weird going on with this one. Margin 0. Why is that not centered? That's strange. Something's pushing it. It's definitely not centered. Margin 0. Display flex. Justify content center. Align item center. No modifier wrapper. No modifier wrapper. Yeah, that's not centered. Wonder what's going on with this guy. Like, is it being pushed around or what? It's gotta be being pushed around or something. So Flex is moving it. Because if you look at this, this is without Flex. Put in display Flex, kind of puts it there. Trying to see if maybe there's something affecting the yellow guy. It's nothing really in here. Just a background color. Margin 0. Height and width. Interesting. I'm not sure why it's not centered. That's strange. It's like you need a padding right 1px, padding top 1px for some reason. I'm sure there's something pushing it or something. Yeah, now that's too much. Huh. I don't know if it has to do with the wrapper. It's not that. Is it column gap? It's not column gap, I don't think. I'm trying to see what could possibly be causing this. This one just has a fit content, so it's not going to do it. Then above that, it's just the hand, and that's the hand's not causing it. We want the flex. Space evenly is fine. And align item center is fine. That's not hurting anything. Yeah, I'm not sure. This one's weird. Interesting. It's clearly not centered, which is driving me nuts. This also didn't update. Interesting. Maybe it's because it's... That don't make any sense. It wouldn't matter what size this is. There's nothing overriding it. Maybe it... You know what? That's it. It has to be 26 by 26. That's such a weird bug. That's weird. Huh. What a strange thing. Alright, so let's try this. So if we come in here, background color, the RGBA. I don't know if this can. I don't think this is gonna be at the right color. Well, oh no, that's okay. It almost still needs to be bigger, which is crazy to say. I think maybe if we make the actual selector smaller. So if we come, we already put that down to 22. This is like almost like 28 or like something. This is like pretty big. It needs to be brighter, and that's the other issue. think that's what is also throwing me off. I think this needs to be brighter. See that? Now that doesn't look centered again. Maybe it is though. Let's go like 0.8. We could probably make it back down to 26. I don't know why I'm trying to get this so perfect, honestly. It really doesn't matter all that much. Honestly, I think we're gonna call it there. I think that's what we're gonna do. So, we're gonna get rid of this none hover. And we'll say no modifier wrapper. Copy it and paste it down here. And unfortunately, we're going to copy and paste this a few times. It is what it is. There's probably a better way to do this, and we can always go back and fix it. But light wrapper. How's it going, James? And light wrapper hover. So let's grab this hover for light, copy and paste it here, and then this will be 0.8. I just realized that I might have grabbed the wrong color for this guy, so let's copy this really quick. This might be the wrong color. RGBA 0.8. Let's see. 0.7. I think I grabbed the wrong color. Yeah, I grabbed the wrong color. 0.5. We'll get there. There we go. I think I can live with that. Okay, so let's do. So light. Here we'll do 0.5, and this should be light wrapper. With JDK, currently I am using, for this project, I think it's 12, but I've been using 17 recently, because that's what I use at work. Next we'll do medium light wrapper. So medium light wrapper, and then medium light wrapper hover. This is such a waste of, not a waste of space, but definitely should have done this differently, but oh well. This will be 5. Rid of that. I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm not gonna do these. Yeah, I guess I do need to do these. So next we'll do medium wrapper. So medium wrapper, and in medium we'll grab this color and we'll paste it in here. Say 5. Fix this one. Okay. It's annoying that we gotta do this, but it is what it is. Next, medium dark wrapper. Okay, medium dash dark dash wrapper, and medium dark dash wrapper hover. And again, grab this RGB, and we'll change it to 0.5, like so. Get rid of that. Finally, we'll do dark wrapper. Copy and put it here, and this will just be dark wrapper and dark wrapper, and then this will be this color. Copy it and paste it, and 0.5, and get rid of this. Okay, now let's go ahead and do these wrappers. So here, div last name equal to, this will be light wrapper, and then we'll say slash div, here div class name equal to medium light wrapper, and again slash div. Forgot to close that. Okay, here div class name medium wrapper, and fix this one. Then medium dark wrapper. Whoops. Div class name medium dark. Whoops. Dark wrapper. So also make sure we close that. Div, and then last one is div class name equal to, and then this one will be dark wrapper. Do that, and then okay, so let's see that these work. Make sure that they work. If we come back in here and we hover, all right, I'll take it. Cool. All right, so that's good. Now the other things, whenever we hover over these, we do need the name of these, which I think is just the ID. It needs to be across there, so we need like a p tag or maybe a span, probably a p tag that just fits there, I guess. P class name emoji dash drop dash down dash current emoji name, I guess, and decide to do some styling so it fits. We'll probably just do like fit content, or yeah, width equal fit content, and then just let it cut off, because if you do this, if it gets too big, it just kind of cuts off. I know you guys can't see this, but the ones that are too big, it just cuts off kind of. So we'll basically just do a whatever it's called. I can't think of what it's called at this moment, but we need to store the name of the current emoji, I guess. So we can also say shoot, I gotta scroll over and fix this. I think if we can get this showing up, I think that's probably going to be good for the night, and then we can come back Thursday and get these in messages or whatever. Current emoji name, set current emoji name, use state, and this will be a string, and by default it'll be empty. Okay, and what we're gonna go ahead and do is come in here and we'll say set current emoji name to element.id. I think that'll be fine, and then reset current emoji. Do the same thing, scroll to the side here, get rid of all this. Well, not get rid of it, but scroll to the side so we can see. Maybe. There we go. And we'll say set current emoji name to an empty string. Okay. And then let's just see what happens. So I don't expect this to work properly. And right now, the bottom, I don't know what drop down bottom looks like in CSS. So we'll probably have to make some changes to drop down bottom. It's just space between. Yeah, we might have to make some changes to that. I don't know if I plan to make changes on it in it tonight, but we can go ahead and say current emoji. Whoops, emoji name. And let's see. Yep, so you can see low key. So obviously we don't want to do that. I'm trying to think. So I think it should be, well, actually no, it's not right up against. So maybe we have a max width on this. Although max width is kind of funky sometimes. But I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but let's just do this really quick. We'll do it after the current emoji. So if we have a max width of, I don't know how much space that is. How big is this total guy? 320. We have space on each side. Those are like 20. That's 30. And that's 22. 22, 50 minus. So it's like 250. Max width 250 px. And overflow hidden. Oops. I think that's doing it. Although I think it's too big. Oh, never mind. No, it's not doing it. Overflow. Is it text overflow? And we want clip maybe? And overflow X hidden. Which one was really big here? This one. So that's not doing what we want. If we say width 250. Oops. See, that's the thing. I don't know if it's the max width. So that's not doing it. It's probably because the height is allowing it to do it, maybe. So maybe if we don't allow the height. So height, what if we do like height as 20 px or something small? Okay. Except overflow. Let's just do overflow hidden in general. And then what if we do max width again? Max width is 250. And that might still be too big. Yeah, it's still too big. Maybe we do width, because we want it to be, let's say width 200 maybe. The thing that I'm concerned about, oops, width 200. The thing I'm worried about is the selector on the other side. See, I think I kind of like it like that. Now, which one is the one that's scuffed? See, like that one just kind of gets cut off. That's good. I don't think it has ... or anything. I'm pretty sure it just gets cut off, which is what we want. And then if we do this, see, that's what I was worried about. So let's see. So we could do something where if there's a current emoji name, maybe. So class name, and we can have like active or inactive / active. And here we'll say current emoji name ? Otherwise it'll be emoji drop down inactive maybe. And honestly, maybe it's just no class. And we need to say when this is open. So yeah, let's go in here and we'll say whenever we select set the current or get current emoji, we're gonna say if the what's this called, skin tone selector active. So we're gonna say if not skin tone selector active, then we'll set the current ID. So now this is inactive. We click on this and we can do this again, except this is still scuffed, but that's because we set this to active, but we don't even need the active anymore. We can just say this. So do that. Now these are too big obviously, so I need to make it smaller. And honestly, we could probably make it slightly smaller even, because there's a little bit more space there on Twitter. So I'm gonna say like 180. So we'll say text size or font size is probably like 14 pixels, and font color or font weight also 400, and font actually just be color. Been out of the CSS game for a while, and I'm gonna go into, is it app that has it? Yeah, I'm guessing it's gray. So let's grab the gray color and let's see what this looks like. Honestly, I think it might even be smaller than that. I don't know. I think we'll take it. Technically, I think it might be the light gray, but light gray might be too light on the white background, so I might not be able to use the light gray. We can see what it looks like really quick, but I think it's going to be too light. Didn't change. Huh. Well, I guess we'll keep that. I think that looks pretty good. Technically, it might be slightly smaller. I'm scared to go much smaller than 14. We can try 13. But if we go much smaller, it's going to be really small and hard to see. And honestly, that's probably right. I wish I could get the actual color of that, but it's going to be impossible. The only other thing is there's supposed to be a border on this guy. I think we could probably go border top on this. Border top 1px solid, and we'll go the light gray color. Actually, let's, there is a white, but I don't think that's gonna be the right color either, so I'm just gonna grab the light gray again. I don't think this light gray is probably right either, but we don't even need to do that, huh? We can just do this. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. There we go. That looks a lot better. Yeah, I think that's probably too light. It looks right inside the dark mode, but I think we do want the gray. So let's change this back to gray. And I think It's the dark mode kind of messing with me here. Yeah, there we go. Cool. All right, I think everything looks good. I think that's probably going to be a good place to stop. We need to fix the top row. That'll be a pretty simple fix. And let's actually just take a look at that really quick. That way we can get into working on other stuff. So emoji utils, generate top row. So let's see what the issue is with this. So triangle flag, ID flags. So I think, what if we did this? So if we say top row data has an image and an ID, that's fine. 2 o'clock might not work, but let's just go say emojis and let's just see if this will work. Emojis of emoji, and let's go ahead and back into our emoji drop down, and we can uncomment. Where's it at? I guess we don't have it. We want was it generate top row, and then scroll down here wherever our top row is, generate top row. It's a lot of stuff in there for generating top row, but let's see if we got all of them or any of them. Okay, no top row. So I guess maybe these are different. So this one's grinning face. Let's see. So if we go in here, oh, it's because it's capital. Let's try this. Grinning face. 2 o'clock might be different as well. Like 2 o'clock, I think might actually be called like, whoops, clock face 2 o'clock. So we need to say clock face 2 o'clock, right? Clock face 2 o'clock. Let's see if that works. Okay. Oh, it might have to be images 0 and images 0. Bear images 0. What about this? Okay, so bear didn't work. Interesting. So let's see here. Bear, is it called bear face? Okay, so it's called bear face. We basically just gotta find the names of these. So bear face. Let's see what hamburger. I'm guessing hamburger is just called hamburger, but with a capital H. So hamburger images 0. Hopefully that is correct. Let's check soccer ball. So soccer ball is, yep, just soccer ball with capital S. And this will be 0. I'm pretty sure this one is also called oncoming automobile. Yep, so we can just go ahead and name this oncoming automobile 0. So light bulb might be different. I don't remember. So this one's called electric light bulb. So let's fix that. Electric light, whoops, bulb. And this one's 0. Electric light bulb, okay. Input symbols, I think this one is what this one actually is called. Input symbols. So input symbol for symbols. So input symbol, whoops, and I messed up. Input symbol for symbols. The names are weird. 0. Input symbol for symbols. I think this one is called triangular flag. Triangular flag on post. Triangular flag on post. I know you guys can't see Twitter. Triangular flag on post. Images 0. Whoops. Images 0. Okay, let's see. Is that gonna do it? There we go. Looks better. Navigate still. So what we'll probably do is we need to make it so we can, whenever we scroll and we switch into animals in nature, and that's not, oh, it is what it is. It's not very smooth, but whatever. But this needs to switch over. So we basically need to watch, we need watchers on there. And then we also need to, there's something else that we need to do. Oh, we need to maybe store recents. And yeah, then we can start modifying this guy. So basically what I'm thinking is we're gonna basically have a hidden text box here, and then we're gonna have paragraphs that just show these images or spans. So but yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Finally, I think that's a good spot. I'm gonna go ahead and commit this data. So thank you all for stopping by the stream. Thank you for watching the video after the fact or watching the stream later on. This has been Ethan Encoder. I'll see you guys in the next video.